Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a business owner, a marketing manager, or maybe a founder just staring at your website's analytics wondering, what on earth do I do next? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're using this explainer as a highly focused diagnostic tool. We're definitely not here to push you into hiring an agency or, sell you a service. We just want to help you objectively figure out, do you actually need professional SEO help, or do you really just need to tweak your internal approach? Because honestly, it all boils down to this one agonizing question, right? Do I need an SEO consultant or just better execution? And if you're wrestling with this right now, let me just validate your frustration. You're probably dealing with flatlining traffic, super confusing SEO efforts, and that awful gnawing feeling that you're just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. It's such a common place to be, but don't worry, we're going to untangle this whole thing together. Okay, let's dive right in. Here's our agenda. First, we'll diagnose your SEO symptoms, then debunk some common SEO myths. After that, we'll look at what consultants actually do, cover 7 signs you need help, and finally wrap up with your practical decision framework. So jumping right into part 1, diagnosing your SEO symptoms. Think of your website kind of like a patient walking into a doctor's office. You wouldn't want a surgeon to just start operating without a proper diagnosis, right? The same absolutely goes for your business. Imagine this scenario. It perfectly visualizes the intense frustration so many of you are feeling. Your traffic is rising, you were doing the work, and man was paying off. You hit a peak, but then comes the flat line. Your organic traffic goes completely stagnant. You're publishing content, you're making all these technical tweaks, you're doing literally everything you used to do, but your rankings remain absolutely unchanged. That brutal flatline, that's the primary symptom we are tackling today. Which brings us to part 2, debunking common SEO myths. Now, before we can actually get your site healthy, we've got to clear away the quack cures and false assumptions that are heavily clouding the SEO industry. Because if you hold on to these misconceptions, you're going to hire the wrong person for the completely wrong reasons. So first up, there's this massive myth that simply getting an audit fixes your SEO. The reality? An audit only identifies issues. Prioritization is what actually fixes SEO. Think about it. An SEO audit is literally just an X-ray. It shows you the broken bones, sure, but an X-ray doesn't heal you. It solves nothing until a consultant steps in, looks at those results, prioritizes the absolute most critical findings, and then actually implements the improvements. Here's another massive myth that consultants guarantee rankings. Let me be clear. No ethical professional SEO consultant will ever guarantee you a #1 ranking. No way. Why? Well, search engines are constantly changing their algorithms, and your competitors are constantly improving too. The true value of a professional lies in focusing on overall visibility, technical quality, and building long-term organic relevance that can actually withstand all those crazy algorithm updates. And we absolutely have to talk about the software trap. SEO software finds opportunities, yes, but it does not determine which issues matter most. Look, we all love our tools, right? But SEO software will gladly hand you an automated PDF with 100 urgent recommendations for your site. The joke is, the software has absolutely zero idea which 5 of those 100 tasks will actually move the needle for your specific business. Throwing more tools at the problem doesn't solve it. Usually, it just creates more noise. Moving on to part 3, what consultants actually do. So if they aren't just handing you automated audits, and they certainly aren't giving you false ranking guarantees, what on earth do they actually do? Well, an SEO consultant is a strategic diagnostician who identifies the issues preventing SEO success and prioritizes the actions most likely to improve business performance. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates the massive shift in mindset you need to have here. A real consultant is there to solve fundamental business problems, not just chase vanity SEO metrics. They're strategic partners, not just button pushers. Let's actually slow down for a second and look at these high-value deliverables. A consultant provides a holistic SEO strategy and a deep technical diagnosis. They do content prioritization, meaning they tell you exactly what to write to generate actual revenue, not just empty traffic. They handle complex migration planning so you don't accidentally destroy your traffic when you update your site. And they provide ongoing strategic direction. Essentially, they give you a clear roadmap rather than just a disconnected, random list of daily tasks to take off. All right, part 4, 7 signs you need help. Now that we know what they do, how do you know if you actually need one? Well, signs 1 and 2 usually hit at the exact same time. Your traffic has plateaued despite all your hard work. And worse, you simply don't know why performance is dropping. I really want to validate this experience because it is incredibly common. You're working so hard on your site, but you're suffering from declining traffic, you're seeing fewer enquiries, and poor conversions, and your internal team has no clear explanation for why it's happening. A consultant's primary job is diagnosis. If you can't diagnose the drop yourself, you need help. Sign 3 is a huge one. Website changes that introduce risk. Listen, if you're doing a redesign, a total rebuild, changing platforms, migrating your domain, or even just restructuring your URLs, you are at massive SEO risk. It is terrifyingly easy to lose years of search visibility overnight during a redesign. Professional guidance before, during, and after these massive projects prevents catastrophic drops in your organic traffic. Sign 4 speaks directly to those of you who might actually already be paying for help. You're investing in SEO without seeing transparent results, you don't understand the work being completed, and you frankly don't know what success looks like. If you're paying an agency or a freelancer right now, and you have literally no idea if your investment is generating a commercial return, you need a strategic consultant to step in, provide some transparency, and set measurable progress metrics. Sign 5. SEO has simply become way too technical for your current team. We're talking about things like complex crawling and indexing optimizations, core web vitals, JavaScript rendering issues, and implementing detailed structured data. As SEO complexity rapidly scales into these highly technical, developer-level areas, getting specialist expertise becomes absolutely vital. You just can't wing this stuff anymore. Signs 6 and 7 point to what I think is the most important concept in this entire explainer. If poor organic visibility limits lead generation and sales, SEO becomes a business strategy issue rather than simply a marketing activity. Let that sink in. When your lack of SEO is literally holding back your company's expansion, stifling your new product launches, and capping your geographic growth, at that point, you urgently need high-level strategic direction, not just a junior marketer executing daily tasks. And that brings us to our final section, Part 5, your practical decision framework. We've gone through all the symptoms and the cures. Now let's translate all of this into a really practical, commercially realistic prescription for your unique business. I want to be completely impartial here because building trust means admitting when a service just isn't right for you. You probably don't need a consultant if your website is brand new, if you haven't even implemented the basic SEO fundamentals yet, if you have very limited marketing resources, or if your startup's still validating your core products. Also, hey, if your internal teams actually have the expertise and the capacity, keep it in-house. In these scenarios, spending big money on a consultant just won't yield the right return on investment. But if you do decide you're ready, how do you actually pick the right one? You really need to know what to look for and exactly who to avoid. Look for consultants who genuinely understand your business objectives, who prioritize high-impact improvements, and who set realistic expectations from day one. They communicate clearly, and they adapt their strategies. On the flip side, avoid the massive red flags. Anyone who guarantees overnight rankings, focuses only on handing you 100-page technical reports with zero context, or recommends identical cookie-cutter strategies for every single business. If they refuse to clearly explain their work to you, run the other way. So here's your final decision checklist. Ask yourself these 4 critical questions. 1. Has your organic traffic stopped growing? 2. Does the technical SEO complexity currently exceed your internal expertise? 3. Are you missing a clear, prioritized SEO roadmap? And 4. Does your future business growth absolutely depend on improving your search visibility? The more of these statements you answer yes to today, the greater the likelihood that professional SEO guidance is going to create immense, measurable value for your company. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Is your SEO strategy actually driving long-term business growth, or is it just keeping your team busy? Hiring an SEO consultant shouldn't just be about outsourcing a task because it feels difficult or annoying. It's about seeking total clarity, avoiding wildly expensive technical mistakes, and ensuring your actions are generating real, tangible revenue. Don't settle for just being busy. Seek out the strategy that actually drives your business forward.